Hello, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe right now before you do anything. Subscribe, like, and share. Sorry, squinting my eyes. The sun's pretty bright. It's a beautiful day in Texas. It's a really nice day today. It's sunny, but the wind's blowing, so it's pretty nice. So anyway, what I'm working on today is this guy right here, this exhaust. What we're going to try to do is I'm going to pull this exhaust off the car, and I'm going to build a custom catback exhaust, kind of a straight pipe. I'm going to kind of make a muffler. Sounds crazy, but just watch and listen, and you'll find out what I'm talking about. So anyway, sorry about the clickbait with the title. I always laugh when I see these people say they put like a $10,000 exhaust or a $5,000 exhaust on these cars. Exhaust isn't complicated. It's just a bunch of pipes that are welded together. I wish somebody would pay me $10,000 to build an exhaust for them, you know, with some pretty welds. But anyway, back to what we're doing here. I'm gonna jack up this car. I'm gonna take off the exhaust from the catalytic converter back, the back half of the exhaust, and we're gonna just move the car out of the garage, and then I'm going to replicate what's there with some larger diameter pipe. And then, like I said, I'm going to kind of quasi build a muffler, so it'll be kind of half straight pipe, kind of not half straight pipe, but anyway, you'll see. So anyway, before we get started, please subscribe. Thanks. So this is off of that Z3, or my Z3. So this whole thing right here with this muffler is huge. And then it has this little resonator right here. So this whole thing right here weighs 36 pounds. So what my plan is to take all of this right here, and we're gonna turn it into something that's hopefully in the shape of this. So the only thing I'm missing, I'm fixing to head to the store and see if I can find, I need a flange. This is a 2.5 inch pipe right here, so I need I need to replicate this, and I don't want to do all that. I don't want to make that. I mean, I can make one of these, but man, it's a huge pain. So anyway, I'm gonna have to make a hanger right here, and then I've got these two hangers here, and this is what I'm going to use for the hangers. This is going to be the tailpipe slash muffler. This is just a piece of oval tubing that I got off of Amazon. You can see in there, it's just oval. So I'm going to use this piece of scrap sheet metal here, this, to create some baffles in that piece. And then I'm going to use these bends right here. I got these from Speedway Motors. They're 2.5 inch mandrel bends, and we're going to use those to, you know, create these bends, you know, right here, that sort of thing. So, and then something else too. I've got to flatten it out somehow. Here you can see where that pipe's kind of flat, because this goes under the frame. You don't want this to, it's got to be up high enough, but you don't want it dragging the ground. So, and then the reason I chose that oval tubing is I wanted to kind of replicate the tip here where it comes out, but also there's a company called Spintech. Now this isn't Spintech. This piece of tubing here is not from Spintech. But back in the day, back in the 90s, I had a couple of 5.0 Mustangs, and those things with the Spintech exhaust really sounded good. So I always liked that. I never had it on any cars that I had, but I always thought it sounded really good. It had a really strange, like deep growl. So I don't know, just trying to do something different here. And the reason I'm not just, you know, like lopping this off here and sticking something on there is this might sound, all this stuff right here, this project could go wrong and it might sound like crap, and I don't want to be stuck with it. I have a feeling it's going to sound okay, but you know, if I don't think I'll ever sell that car, but if I do, or if I just want to change, or you know, one day 10 years from now, if that car, you know, if I want to restore that car to, you know, stock, I'll just always have this. And plus, it's just something fun to work on, right? Get out in the garage, quit watching TV, and come out here and do something. So anyway, I'm gonna head to the store, see if I can find something to replicate that with, and then we'll get going. So I went to the local parts store and the local O'Reilly's. They really didn't have what I needed. I'm trying to, I really want something to adapt to that stock exhaust that's under there. I want to make this like a true bolt-on, bolt-off proposition. So I'm gonna go to the junkyard and let me show you what's going on there. So I want to get a flange like this from the junkyard. I've measured the holes here. I've got that. And here's Miss Zoe out here helping me. So I've got, these Z3s are really hard to find at the junkyard. So I did some research on real OEM, and the 318, the E36 318 has a very similar flange, it looks like in the diagrams. So I'm just gonna chance it. The junkyard's about an hour away. I'm gonna run down there. They've got one car there. Hopefully this is still there, that I can cut off here and just buy that flange and that piece of pipe. So I've got my junkyard kit here, electric impact, my calipers to measure those holes, gloves, various metric wrenches, all that stuff. And something I always like to take with me too is my tub of towels, so that whenever I get done at the junkyard, I've got gloves, but sometimes you get dirty and I don't want to get in my, you know, nicer, or any vehicle that I own. I don't want to get any of them dirty. So anyway, yeah, let's head to the junkyard.
All right, we made it. We're at the Pick and Pull South Dallas location. So let's go see if I can find that BMW I'm looking for.
All right, so I'm in luck. I found the car, and here it is. So I don't have an E36 car, but this thing's in pretty good shape. It's still got the motor in it. I wanted to open that engine compartment and look. It's a 318i, and this must be my lucky day because, let's get down here. I've already measured this, but this is what I'm looking for, that flange right there. I'm gonna take this flange and a little piece of this pipe. I brought my hacksaw. So yeah, I'm gonna get that off. So I got my piece, I got my flange, I got that little piece of pipe. Hopefully this is stainless, so I can just put an adapter, a steel adapter on this, and probably have to clamp that to go to my other pipes, which are gonna be steel. But yeah, I went ahead and got the bolts, and I really needed this flange, and obviously this tapered piece that goes into the flange, so that'll seal up with the stock exhaust where the, coming off the catalytic converter. So yeah, $5 and plus tax, so it was less than $6. And yeah, man, it would have took me, so it was about an hour drive down here. I've been here for about 30-45 minutes plus you know, another hour back, and I don't think I could have made that in less than 3 hours, that flange. Just gonna set that over there so it doesn't roll around. But yeah, I don't think I could have made that flange in less than 3 hours and made it as good as the factory one. So yeah, saved me some time. Cool, getting back in the F-150 and headed back north of Dallas. Okay, I'm back at the house, and I've got, so here's my piece of tubing and the flange that I got that's gonna slide onto our stock piece underneath the car to the catalytic converter. Then I had to go, so the only part of this I can't weld is gonna be my first piece that of my exhaust system that I'm building, because this is stainless from BMW. This is just regular old pipe. So what I'm gonna have to do there is
So this is 2 1/4 outside diameter. This is 2 1/4 inside diameter. 2 1/2 outside diameter, which is then slipping into my 2 1/2 inside diameter to 2 1/2 inside diameter, so that my pipes are going to go here. So it's going to go like this. So that's going to go in there. It's going to get the clamp like so, and then this is going to be under the car. This is going to screw onto the or bolt onto the catalytic converter, and then this end here, when that comes out, that's going to be the start of my 2 1/2 inch exhaust straight pipe system, all the way up to that piece of oval tubing that's going to be sticking out of the back. So I'm going to tighten this up, tack this, or I'm going to clean this up first so that I can get good welds. I'm going to tack this, tighten this to this, then we're going to go under the car, put this, bolt this up, and then I'm going to leave it like that for now, and then we're going to set where our muffler is going to be underneath the car. Sorry about that, just got a text on my work phone. So I'm going to set the oval tubing / muffler up underneath, and then get that all hung, and then what we'll have to do from that point is just, you know, come build everything in between. So let me get that going. I'm about to tack this piece up right here, but before I do that, I've got my welder ready. Something, you want to get you a fire extinguisher anytime you're welding. Had a incident in this garage about 10-12 years ago where I accidentally set off a bag of fireworks while I was using the bench grinder, and yeah, it wasn't snakes and sparklers, it was the good stuff. I set off a whole box of mortar shells, those big mortar shells you put in the tube, and woke the whole neighborhood up. So anyway, get you a fire extinguisher, keep it close. So here it is, all, well, the first part put in, so you can see the bracket that, or the flange that I got from the junkyard. So that worked out really nice, and this clamp doesn't really hang down any further than the body. If you look, sorry, if you look at it from this way, you can't really see that clamp. It's not really hanging down. But whenever I do final assembly on this, everything's welded up. I'm gonna cut those off just for my taste. I don't like. I mean, that clamp, that's gonna be the jankiest looking part of this. Hopefully, if I can get all the welds to look nice. So anyway, yeah. So we'll. I'm gonna start in the back with the muffler. I've got the muffler / tail piece in the oval tubing. Got it all measured up, centered up, and all that. So I got it sitting on that transmission jack because this style muffler only has, the original factory one, only has 2 hangers caddy corner from each other. So if you just let it hang on its own without a tailpipe connected to it, it sits all wonky. So I want to keep it there, you know, for the alignment and everything of the pipe coming into it. So I've got my hangers put on. Let me crawl under here. We'll just look at this one, it's easy to see. So I've got my hanger. Let me see if I can get under there. Welded onto the muffler here. This isn't final. You know, I'm gonna re-weld it and all that, weld it some more. And then I'm gonna have to put a washer there to stop over travel of that bushing or hanger, and then put a little nub on the end and cut that off. I just got it temporarily set up like that for now. So the other one's on too. So now we just gotta join that other pipe up to this piece. Well, I've got part of it built. Should be able to finish up tomorrow. It looks like I only got 2 more pipes to cut and figure out, you know, where to cut them on the radius. But it's been a long day. I went to the salvage yard today and came home and jacked the car up, got it on jack stands. I've been doing this all day, so I'm just filthy and nasty, and it's dark, and I don't think my neighbors want me running grinders and chop saws and all that kind of stuff after dark. I mean, I wouldn't want somebody else doing that either. So I'm gonna call it a day and get back on this tomorrow. Okay, so I took the day off yesterday, and then I got back on this this morning. So here's what I've got, kind of my muffler resonator, I don't know, whatever you call it. And I've just got everything else kind of tacked together right now. Some of these tacks don't look that great, but I was under the car, and I tried to put in as many as I could so it wouldn't lose shape when I took it out of the car. So I'm going to finish welding it now, and I did start it. I did start the car with it in there, and boy, it's pretty tony, pretty, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put some baffles in this front part here. So what in the end piece. So I'm gonna just put some pieces of steel in here like that. I don't know if that's going to make sense or not, to try and kind of break up the sound so it's not so just open like that. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'm going to get it all tacked up, finish welding, grind some of these crappy tacks off as I go, and then yeah, we'll get it put back in the car, and then we'll see what it sounds like and go for a drive. Okay, so I got everything welded and put back together, and I started it up with just the oval pipe on there, just sticking out of the back, and I really didn't like the way it sounded. So what I got this, I think it's DC Sports tip there. It's like a resonator tip. I don't know if you can see in there or not. It's got some little perforations in it. But anyway, that's it, and it's finished. And I'll give you a startup. I don't think it's cold right now, but I'll give you a startup on it. Okay, so you got some flyby sounds on the exhaust there. It turned out pretty good. It's a little loud for my taste. At certain RPMs, it's not too bad. I can still drive through the neighborhood and keep the RPMs low, and drive at the speed limit of 20 miles an hour, and everything's fine. And it's not too annoying to the neighbors. Anyway, but if it's too loud, you're too old. Isn't that right? So I did want to point out, I did not hack the stock exhaust system. I kept that so that, if I get tired of this, I can put the old exhaust system right back on, no problem. I wouldn't advise, this was kind of a fun little thing just to do, just for some content mainly, but to get me out of the house. I love coming out here in this dirty old cluttered garage and working. It's, a lot funner than watching TV, and keeps you busy, keeps your mind right. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.